What's up, YouTube? Tommy Diablo here, coming at you from Ohio right now. Just dropped off a full trailer load of brand new Cummins ISX engines. Wow, that was an impressive sight. Looking inside the box and all those brand new semi-truck engines ready to roll. Pretty impressive factory where they come together too. Right next to Lake Erie. Awesome trip. But today, we're going to talk about the grass is always greener, or actually in reality, the fact that the grass is not always greener. You know, I hear and see a lot of people talking about the fact that they're unhappy with where they're at, and they're getting ready to make a jump, and they're talking to all these recruiters, and they're going somewhere else. You know, I don't like the miles, I don't like the dispatcher, I don't like this, I don't like that. Well, I think we really got to look around at the overall outlook. And right now, I think the future of trucking is going to have a little bit of hard times in it. I think we're going to see a downturn. I think we've already seen freight rates come down, and I think that along with that, we're gonna find some tightening of the market as a whole. And I see a lot of these younger people that haven't been doing it very long, but they're just very unsatisfied. And I think a lot of that comes from inexperience. You know, if you don't know what's good for you, pardon the terminology, but if you don't know what's good for you, it's hard to know when you got a good situation. Well, right now, I'm telling you, I would urge anybody, even if you're with one of the super carriers, I would urge anybody to really think twice about making a change into something you don't know about. I myself, I'm a company driver right now, and you know, I think with anybody's situation, things could be better, but I certainly do realize and know that things could be a lot worse. I'll tell you that. The company I work with, and I'm not going to name them, but they give me just about as many miles as I could possibly run. There's a lot more live loading and live unloading than I might like. But even that, when I say a lot more, it's still only maybe 25% of my whole workload. And I'm smart enough that with my clocks and my breaks, because I run a split sleeper berth schedule, I can usually make it to where these live loads aren't really hurting me very much. The money I make, you know, it's not the top of the scale, but it's certainly not the bottom. And, you know, I take home about, you know, $1,300 to $1,700 a week, and so we'll say $1,500 a week. And that's, you know, that's not inconsequential. And in this market, before I go and switch to a different carrier, to a different situation, a different system, I really would have to think about it. And I'd have to really be confident that I'm going to be getting a better situation, a better deal. And it's not just about money. You know, the company I work for, and granted, it's not for everybody that they don't get the same. I got lucky. I got handed a brand new Freightliner with 40 miles on it, and it's been a great truck. I love my truck. It's set up for me perfectly. That spoiled me. I mean, and that's, to be honest, having a brand new truck that's working well, and it works well for me, you know, that's worth 4 or 5 cents a mile right there. 4 cents a mile easy. I don't have to worry about it. My truck's perfect. It doesn't smell like somebody else. It doesn't smell like smoke. My my mile rate is just fine. You know, I certainly could be making more, but I could certainly be making less. And I'm with a company that's very well established. They're not going anywhere. I don't care what happens to the market. I'll always be getting loads with this company. And there's a lot to be said for that. You know, I tell you, I have friends. I've been to their places of business where their terminals. I've been to other terminals, and to be honest, to go and chase another 4 or 5 cents per mile, I'm not going to do it. The company I work for, you know, their terminals are really some of the best in the business. So, and they just are. They got great facilities. We're truly nationwide. It's a big operation. You know, there's just not a lot of reason to leave. And like I said, for an extra nickel a mile, I just don't think it's worth it. But these are just my opinions. All I'm saying is that I really think that at this point in time, with the uncertainty in the market, you ought to think long and hard about making a change. And for goodness sake, if you're going to make a change, make sure you're making a change for the better. My dad, when I was growing up, always used to tell me, son, don't ever stack the deck against yourself. He said, there's a couple things in life. Try to only bet on a sure thing. You can't always do that, but that's good advice. Only bet on sure things. And try to never stack the deck against yourself if you don't have to. And I think jumping into a career change, job move, not necessarily career change, but job move, without really taking a look at it, can really be stacking the deck against you. And if you are going to really think about making this change, this is what I suggest you do. Depending on your job, you certainly have home time. Use that home time, and if you're like me, you're on the road guy, route them past one of these facilities of this company that you might be thinking of. Go inside, take a look at their facility. Get an idea of what you think about the culture of their business, the people that you'd be working around. You know, all I'm saying is don't go rushing into anything that might turn around and bite you on the ass, because you certainly can easily go from what you consider bad to being worse without a lot of problem. You can really get there easily. So I got another recommendation too. If you're getting ready to make this jump, like I said, take a look at the competition and see where you're going. Try to have a good idea of what you're going to get yourself into. And also, be good to the company you're with. You know, give them back their truck in good shape. Take it to a terminal. Don't just leave it on the side of the road, destroyed inside, a mess that stinks like yesterday's doghouse. You got to really try to refrain from burning bridges, because it's those bridges that you might have to cross again, and you never know. And if, God forbid, you don't like the situation that you moved to, it would certainly be nice to be able to go back to the situation you know, and that you know is not a terrible situation. So that's all I'm going to say about that, YouTube. But please, like they say, touch me down below, hit like, hit dislike if you hate it, subscribe, comment, anything you can do. Like I said, touch me down there. It makes me feel good, and it'll make you feel good too. So this is Tommy Diablo signing off, the Uncommon Trucker. You guys all have a great day. Have a nice night.